Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to go over my review of Survivor Series 1988. Starting off the evening with our first match of the night, it is the Ultimate Warrior, Brutus the Barber, Jim Brunzell, Blue Blazer, and Sam Houston versus Ron Bass, Honky Tonk, Danny Davis, Bad News Brown, and Greg the Hammer Valentine. The match itself was a good matchup, back and forth matchup between both teams. Brutus quickly applies a sleeper hold on Danny Davis. Davis is now eliminated from the match. Bad News Brown hits a ghetto blaster on Jim Brunzell. Brunzell is now eliminated from this match. Greg the Hammer Valentine goes to hit Sam Houston, but instead hits Bad News Brown, which an all-out fight goes on between the team. Bad News ends up leaving the match, which pretty much eliminates him from this matchup. Ron Bass hits a power slam on Sam Houston, pins him for the 3. Houston is now eliminated from the match. Greg the Hammer Valentine applies a figure 4 leg lock on the Blue Blazer. Blazer is now eliminated from this match. Brutus and Honky Tonk are counted out. They are eliminated from this match as well. Warrior hits an axe handle on Ron Bass, pins him for the 3. Ron Bass is now eliminated as well. And the Warrior hits another axe handle on Greg the Hammer Valentine, pins him for the 3, and your winner of the match is Team Warrior. Again, this was a good matchup. Back and forth matchup between both teams. And to be honest with you, for what it's worth, this was not a bad opening matchup for Survivor Series 1988, man. I thought it was a really good opening matchup. Both teams brought it, man. But hats off to Team Warrior for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go on to our next match of the night. It is the Rockers, Powers of Pain, British Bulldogs, the Young Stallions, and the Hart Foundation versus Demolition, Brainbusters, the Roju Brothers, the Bolsheviks, and the Conquistadors. Again, this was a really good matchup as well. Back and forth matchup between both teams. Bret Hart hits a roll-up on Ray Rougeau, pins him for the 3. The Roger brothers are now eliminated from this matchup. Jimmy Powers then goes for a crossbody on Boris, but Boris hits a roll-up on Jimmy Powers. Jimmy Powers is now eliminated from the match. Marty Jannetty then hits a roll-up on Boris. Boris is now eliminated from this match as well. Bret Hart then goes to hit a German suplex on Tully, but Bret Hart's shoulders were down. The Hart Foundation are now eliminated from this matchup as well. The Rockers and the Brainbusters are pretty much eliminated from this match due to disqualification. Smash then hits a clothesline on Dynamite Kid. The British Bulldogs are now eliminated from this matchup. Demolition then are eliminated by count out in this match. Barbarian then hits a diving headbutt on Uno from the Conquistadors, pins for the 3, and your winners of the match are the Powers of Pain. Again, really good matchup. Like I said, man, a back and forth matchup between both teams. And again, I kind of like this tag team format in Survivor Series, man. I'm a big fan of the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith, Dynamite Kid, the Rockers, phenomenal tag team, and the Brainbusters, man. Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. Some people probably don't realize that Arn actually wrestled and Tully wrestled for WWE back in the day, but they did. Managed by none other than Bobby the Brain Heenan. Phenomenal tag team, man. Big fan of Arn Anderson. Obviously in the 4 Horsemen, but I like I said, I like the format of the Tag Team Survivor Series. I thought it was really cool because if you were to pin somebody from that team, that entire team is eliminated from the match. So it kind of gives a whole new dynamic to the Survivor Series matchup. So hats off to the Powers of Pain team for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go to our next match of the night. It is Mr. Perfect, Andre the Giant, Rick Rude, and Harley Race versus Jake Roberts, Jim Duggan, Ken Patera, Tito Santana, and Scott Casey. Again, it was a good matchup, back and forth matchup between both teams. Rude ends up hitting a devastating Rude Awakening on Ken Patera. Patera is now eliminated from the match. Dino Bravo then hits a sidewalk slam on Scott Casey. Scott Casey is now eliminated from this matchup. Tito Santana then hits a flying forearm on Harley Race. Harley Race is now eliminated from the match. Andre ends up eliminating Tito Santana as well. Jim Duggan is eliminated by disqualification due to the fact that he used the 2x4 on Dino Bravo. Jake Roberts then hits his signature DDT on Rick Rude. Rick Rude is now eliminated from this match. Andre is also eliminated from this match by disqualification. Mr. Perfect ends up pinning Jake Roberts, and your winners of the match are Team Andre the Giant. Again, good matchup. It was great to see Andre the Giant, man. Andre the Giant, there would never be another wrestler like Andre the Giant. I know some people might say the Big Show. It's not the same, man. Andre the Giant is a one-of-a-kind talent. I mean, and I think he was actually taller than the Big Show, if I'm not mistaken. It was great to see Andre the Giant. Mr. Perfect, again, did a phenomenal job in this matchup. Definitely underrated talent in professional wrestling, in my honest opinion. Jim Duggan did, he did a great job until he got disqualified in this matchup. But again, hats off to Team Andre for getting a win in this match. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Hercules, Koko B. Ware, and Hillbilly Jim versus Akeem, Big Boss Man, Ted DiBiase, the Red Rooster, and Haku. Again, good matchup, back and forth matchup between both teams. Randy hits an elbow drop off the top rope on the Red Rooster. Rooster is now eliminated from this matchup. Hakeem then hits a devastating splash on Hillbilly Jim. Hillbilly Jim is now eliminated from the match. Boss Man then hits a Boss Man slam on Koko B. Ware. Koko is now eliminated from the matchup. DiBiase then hits a roll-up on Hercules. Hercules is now eliminated from this match. Randy then hits a roll-up on DiBiase. DiBiase is now eliminated from the matchup. Boss Man also is eliminated from this match due to countout. Akeem is eliminated by disqualification. Hogan then hits a leg drop on Haku. Pins for the 3, and your winners of the match are Team Hogan. Again, man, this is a phenomenal match. Great matchup. It was a great main event. And Survivor Series, man, I've stated this in the past too. Survivor Series is one of those events for WWE. WWE always, to me, had these 4 premier pay-per-views every year. Survivor Series, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. Those were the 4 main pay-per-views for WWE. Even though they have a lot more than that, those were the top 4 pay-per-views for me as a fan. And I don't know if Vince knew at the time, obviously, what he had with Survivor Series. Obviously, as of now, it's Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. But the Survivor Series just gives a whole new dynamic of the best versus the best. Everybody picks, now it's, you pick the best from Team Raw and the best from Team SmackDown, and they go head-to-head. And especially with even champions. You have the Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion. You have the Universal Champion versus WWE Champion. So it just makes for a great night of professional wrestling if they do it right and they book it correctly. As of late, that obviously hasn't been going on, but it's just the best of the best, man. I think Survivor Series is definitely one of those top 4 pay-per-views, hands down, for WWE. And they've always put on phenomenal matches. I believe Undertaker made his WWE debut in Survivor Series, which is, his career alone is synonymous in professional wrestling. Everybody in the world of wrestling knows who The Undertaker is, Mark Calloway. Phenomenal athlete, an absolute legend, The Undertaker. But as far as Survivor Series, I always give these shows a rating from 1 out of 10. I'm going to give Survivor Series 1988 probably like a 7, 7.5. I'm not going to sit here and say it was the best Survivor Series I've ever seen, but it definitely was not the worst. Again, some of the best matches I saw in here, they were all really good matches. The Tag Team Survivor Series match to me was the match of the night. And it might be, sounding biased, but I'm a big fan of the British Bulldogs, the Hart Foundation, and just to see the tag teams in a Survivor Series layout match, and just, seeing the Hart Foundation, Brett and Jim Neidhart, Davey Boy Smith, and Dynamite Kid of the British Bulldogs, as a team, and just, going up against, like, the Bolsheviks and the Conquistadors, just made for a phenomenal match, man. But I'm going to have to give Survivor Series 1988 probably 7, maybe 7.5 at best. But this is my review of Survivor Series 1988. I hope you guys are out there staying safe, be careful, and remember, stay classic. Peace.